The victim, Daunte Wright, should not be dead. He, 20 years old, should be alive. The gross incompetence of the police officer who pulled her gun thinking she pulled her taser, shooting and killing him, is horrific. But he would also be alive if he were not driving with an expired tag, which led to him getting pulled over, which led to the police discovering he had an outstanding warrant, which led to a struggle, which led to a massive police screw-up. We can try to make this racial if we want, but there's no reason to, because you know what? If a car with an expired tag got pulled over and there was a white dude in the car who had an outstanding warrant, guess what would happen? No, contrary to you engaged in victimology here, the white dude would have gotten thrown in the back of the car as well. Question is, would the white guy have struggled and run? Yeah, the police officer screwed up. You can see it from the body cam. It appears that she really did get her taser and her gun confused. She will live with that for the rest of her life, in or out of prison. She'll probably be charged with manslaughter. But we should also not dance around the fact that Mr. Wright would also be alive had he not chosen to struggle and run. And so much of that gets lost. And there are people out there who say, well, if he was white. No, I've got friends who had, in fact, I've got a friend in particular who had an outstanding warrant for failure to pay a whole bunch of traffic tickets. I mean, a massive pile of traffic tickets. This dude never paid traffic tickets. And he was pulled over and arrested. His car left on the side of the road. I get really frustrated with these conversations because the obvious answer is the one that people don't want to go to because they would much prefer to scream about racism here. But the obvious answer is if you're driving around in a car with an expired tag and you get pulled over, don't struggle with the police, particularly if you have an outstanding warrant. This isn't rocket science. And somehow I'm the bad guy for saying that. I'm the one who people are going to get mad at for saying, if you got an outstanding warrant and the police pull you over, don't struggle with the police. You should be outraged that a police officer had such terrible training, she got her gun and her taser confused. But you should mitigate that outrage with the fact that they pulled over a guy with an expired tag, he had an outstanding warrant, and he struggled. All of this is on the body cam footage. You should be, I think, more outraged at the situation in Virginia where you have a soldier in his brand new vehicle gets pulled over by the police and the way they treat him. And by the way, there's a side angle here, is it was not a group of white officers in the Virginia situation. You had a Latino police officer, Hispanic police officer, and it still happens. So much for diversification. I mean, this is one of the things that gets pointed out routinely, is that you have these situations even when you have non-white officers involved, and you've had all this left-wing mantra for years of let's diversify the police force, and it still happens even with the diverse police force. And the other, let's defund the police.